like getting older. Where you is what I need. River, take me somewhere. I'm too tired of letting go. This light is too damn slow, and I'm not sure how this will end. Breaking through these walls, though they seem unbreakable, yet it's been far too long. Is there something we can fall back on? It's true. The creatures made you stay, and you let them run away for now. All my bad ideas came from slightly overthinking. The fire burns my house, but I don't care because you're not hurt. It's true. The creatures made you stay, and you let them run away, and you set it all on fire. Stay silent. unfamiliar town. Oh, you gotta used to strangers and their frown. They brought you up by holding you down, by holding you down. It felt so rough to stand on your own, with no scope for somebody to mourn. It's been so rough to have a room but no home, a room but no home. But you grew up and you swore to a chapters of it. May they cover your core like the rings of four trees. I will hold yours and you will hold mine. I'm gonna hold yours and you're gonna hold mine.
We will go ahead and get started. Today is all bodyweight stuff. It should still be difficult, but it will all be bodyweight stuff. So, hands together. Makes sense. That's how I'll start every single class. How many games do you have this weekend? We'll pick back up that conversation. 4. 2 and 2, or 3 and 1, or 4 in one day. And then backwards. Wow. Were the 2 on Friday up in Spokane as well? Okay. How'd your team do? Nice. That's what we like to hear. I'm the bird on a wire. I'm an unsung song. I'm a dog lost from home. And I am the boy searching. That's where I think like little kid soccer needs a timeout. Like you need like one timeout per half, just because kids like they struggle. They don't understand how to organize themselves on the field. So you're on the sideline like, no, change it all. And it's like they don't understand. Side to side lunges, so just lunging to the side. And then what you're going to do is you're going to add a reach over. And then Cooper, how'd your weekend go? At the park? What park did you go to? Which park is that? Oh, okay. I know you. I can't say I'm overly familiar with all of the parks on Lewiston. Oh, wow. Well, no wonder you had them occupied. You had like a whole bubble palooza going on. Heel to your butt, and then you're going to take one hand and reach overhead. So really kind of stretching out the stomach. And then switch to the other side. If balance is hard, just stop here. If balance is still hard right there, put one foot out behind and then reach overhead. It accomplishes roughly the same thing. There you go. We got all sorts of options depending on what you need. Then we'll go into a figure 4 squat. Yeah, if you need the rail or you need the wall, please use it. I don't want to give in. Don't worry, this is just a warm-up. You don't actually. Oh, you can ask Terry. We challenge coordination all the time. Terry's gotten a lot better at coordination. Yeah, you've gotten a lot better. I don't know that's necessarily the class, but since I've known you, you've gotten a lot better at coordination. Well, I'll pat myself on the back and say yes. And then we're going to the little Frankenstein walks. I like the 2 different socks you got going on over there.
I got a phone call.
Oh, that's intentional? Oh.
Said she had some things to
I can understand that.
She told me
just throw them in there. I hope they both will
has
fit.
to leave me.
What'd you do this weekend? Anything fun? Moving in town, like from one place in town to another? Oh, that's ideal. Much better than like having to drive to Missoula or something.
Take some time to search her mind.
So, first move today. It's going to be a squat with a hold. So it's just going to be a sumo squat, toes pointed out. And then when you go into your squat, you're going to want your knees to move in line with your toes. So we don't want the knees going forward. We want them going out. And we're just going to go down, and you're just going to hold it right here, okay? Clearly, if it's a little hard, stand off a little bit. If you want to make it a little harder, stay a little deeper. Then what we're going to do is we're going to stay in a squat, but we're going to bring those knees forward like a normal squat. And you're going to go down what I call a knee tap. So you're going back like as if you were going to kneel down, but we're not going to fully kneel. So you're just kind of going back like you're going to tap that knee and then back up and here. But you're staying in that squat the whole time. Okay? It might hurt, yeah. Although last Thursday we did a lot of arm stuff, and then Micah wouldn't calm down all night. And the only thing that would calm him down would be like hold him and do a bunch of curls with him. And so yesterday I told Micah that we were going to do legs today because my arms were just shot. Like, yeah, now I'll have to even out. But it really was. It was like there was no other option. And it's like my arms are literally falling off right now. Then we're going to go on to the ground. Everything else is going to be on the ground. The first one's going to be a leg raise. So hands can go under your butt if you want to. And it's just a straight leg raise. Just down and up. Clearly, the farther up you are, the easier. So if it's too hard, just stop earlier going up. If you want to make it a little more difficult, go all the way down to the ground. Then you're going to bring your legs up. They can either be bent or straight. Straight is going to make it harder, and you're just going for a little toe touch here. The goal is to just get the shoulders off of the ground with this one. So you're going up like you're trying to touch your toes. I don't actually expect you to touch your toes. I just want you getting your shoulders off the ground and back down. Clearly, this is all about like paying attention to where you are. So if your hands are barely making it past your knees, just get them to barely make it past your knees the whole time. I don't really care how far up you go. I just care about you comparing yourself to yourself the whole time. And then last couple, are going to be rather difficult most likely, but we're going to do mountain climbers. So the traditional mountain climber is up like this, knees coming up to the chest, and then you kind of speed it up as you go. The key here is we want to keep everything nice and tight. We want to try and keep those hips close to the ground, or like flatter. If that is too difficult for you, stay on one side and then, go onto one knee, and then you're just coming up with your knee back down. Same principles apply. We want to keep those hips nice and flat. As you're bending, we don't want to see like rolling your hips around. That's the same principle no matter what you're doing. So you'd stay on one side, do that like 5-6 times, switch to the other one 5-6 times, do that for 30 seconds. Then we're gonna have a shoulder tap. You can either be on your knees or up on your toes, and you're just tapping your shoulders right here. So if you're on your knees, it's the same exact thing. Clearly, the farther back your knees are, the harder it is. So I encourage you, go up in like a nice push-up position, then drop those knees. That should be roughly where you are on your knees. The key here is that we don't want to be like so far back that our hands are out in front of us, okay? We want those shoulders to be roughly over the hands, so that way we have a nice base of support. And then the last one is just going to finish with a 30-second plank. So you're going to be down on your elbows. You can either be on your knees if you want to, or you can be up, whatever you would prefer. Flat, controlled for all of those that are on the ground. So, up on your feet, and we'll get started. You're already tired. Don't worry, I am too. And as long as you make it through this to go home and go to bed, I won't be offended. If you just leave halfway through and I get an update that you took a nap on Thursday, I might take that personally. Okay, out into a sumo squat. On your mark, get set. Nice and low, but remember that we got 4 rounds of this, so feel free to take it a little easier. If you notice that you start getting a little tired, I encourage you to take a couple of little weight shifts. It can just help you add a little bit of an active rest. If that doesn't quite do the trick, just bring it up a little bit, clearly. So we're all about the active rests around here without completely stopping. You said you stretched it. You didn't work it. That's easy. Now up into a normal squat, back into that knee tap. No, Kelsey's stretches are borderline not helpful. They're just difficult. You're like, oh yes, I'm stretching. No, it's not a real stretch. Oh yeah, you can. She should. If she doesn't agree, she's just not in touch with what she's actually doing. Now onto the ground for those leg raises. Well, Kelsey is also quite active in like the workout world, so sometimes I don't think that she realizes how hard things are. You're like halfway through the warm-up and you're dying. Now toes up into a little toe touch here. Remember, like I said, if you need to, feel free to bend the knees. This is incorporating a little bit of that leg lift though, so that's why we have the legs up in the air. Try not to strain your neck super hard. This is all about just getting those shoulders off the ground, getting a nice quality contraction through the core here. Very good. Flipping over onto your hands and your feet, or onto your knees and your feet, or knees and hands, excuse me, into those mountain climbers now. If you're on one knee, just do 5 or 6 one side, and then switch to the other side. I'll let you keep it up to yourself. Excellent. Now into those shoulder taps. Keep those hips nice and flat. Keep that core tight. Make sure you're still breathing though, even though that core is nice and tight. Very good. And onto the forearms, finishing on a plank. Here you go. You're pretty close to the ground. It's basically a nap, right? Yeah, it's close. Close counts in naps, right? It's like horseshoes. It counts to be close. And you're done. Excellent job. We didn't let you finish. What else did you do this weekend? You moved or helped move? Anything else? Oh, yeah. How big is this thing? Like, I'm wondering, how are you getting it into the upper level of your shop? Oh, it's not finished. You put it in there and build the rest around it. Yeah, even if he gets like real spry and decides to try and finish it all this week, you might have to like leave out one piece of flooring just to, hey, that's where my box is going. All right, Mark, get set down into that sumo squat. How long does it take for it to get here? That's why I was asking. I figured that kind of thing seems like it'd be on back order, like all of them. So try and keep your hands and your elbows off of your knees. So really just trying to force the quads, the inner thighs, and the hamstrings to work here. That's so much harder. I know. Down into the squat. So it's like we know what we're doing around here. You're going to be like coaching on the sideline now. Just like in a squat. Yeah, you're like, I can really fake it really well for one time. I don't have to do it 8 times. So. Very good. Onto the ground for those leg raises. As you're doing this, really draw the strength from your core, low core, all the way up to the ribs. That way, you aren't trying to strain just your hip flexors or your quads the whole time. Very good. Toes up overhead. Getting those shoulders off the ground. I don't want to waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah. No, remember, you're just comparing yourself to yourself. So try and pick a mark on your leg and try and make it to that mark every single time. Very good. Flipping over into those mountain climbers now. Nice and controlled. Keep those shoulders over the hands. I care a lot more about quality and control than I do how fast you're going. Very good. Stay in that same position, up into a shoulder tap now. As you're doing these shoulder taps, you may notice that your whole body wants to kind of wobble side to side because you're getting one of your bases of support. Try and fight that. Try and keep everything nice and stable up top. Like if I were to balance a wooden dowel across your hips, they should not fall off. Very good. Now, down into that plank. After this, you're halfway there. You're doing good. Five more seconds. And done. Excellent job. How are the legs feeling after Kelsey's class yesterday? I'll tell Kelsey that. I'll tell her that she needs to do more. On Thursday? What did we do on Thursday that made him sore? Oh, yeah. The swings? That makes sense. That's good, though. Actually, that's really good. So, there's certain moves like that, like I kept talking about, like pop your hips forward, that they're mostly for the leg. Like your legs should be moving the most and working the hardest on that. So the fact that your legs were tired and it wasn't like, oh, my low back really hurt, that means that you're using the muscles that you're supposed to. So that's actually really good. How are you doing over there? Where are we feeling it? Cardio. The heart rate's getting up. And breathing's heavy. Here we go. On your mark. Get set and down. You're halfway there, so if you want to speed it up or want to go a little deeper, this is when you start trying to do it. Or maybe this is when you check in with yourself and realize that you did too much in the first 2 rounds. That's generally what happens. Oh, wow. Look at that sumo squat. You're doing pretty good over there. That's really impressive. Oh, we got a lot of good form going on. But that's real good. Now into a normal squat. Back into that knee tap. Very good. Keep those hips nice and low the whole time here. See how stable you can keep those shoulders on this. See if those shoulders can stay nice and level. Reaching for the ground behind you. Keep that chest up, looking at the mirror in front of you. There you go. As you get tired, we're going to keep that good form, though. Good. Now onto the ground. Danny, we're halfway to your nap right here. Laying on the ground.
And I'm left there with my thoughts and the image of you being with someone else while it's eating.
I mean, you start out fitness class wanting a nap, and then when it's over, you go home and it's like, well, now I can't take a nap. I'm tired, but my body or my brain is not ready to stop. Very good. Toes overhead. Getting those shoulders off the ground. Remember, a nice quality contraction all the way up, all the way down. JD, where are you feeling in this one? All the core? Any particular spot? Flipping over into those mountain climbers. Is lower upper abs hurting worse than the other? Equal. That's good. Distribute the wealth there. Remember, keep those shoulders over the hands as best you can here. Very good. Into those shoulder taps now. If you need to, widen those feet out. Gives you a little bit better base of support. We want to stay nice and controlled. Once that hand leaves the ground, it should not be like a race because you're about to fall over. You can speed it up, but make sure you're doing it out of quality, not out of necessity. Very good. Onto the forearms. Last move for this round. Get your breath back here. Calm that heart rate back down. And just find you a little happy place. Keep those hips off the ground and then keep them way out of the air. Just get them nice and flat. And done. Excellent job. Danny, how you doing? Where are we feeling? Where are we feeling it? All over? Any spot stick out more than others? That's fine. It's a perfectly acceptable answer.
I
Are you also in Kelsey's class with them? Or are you just on Tuesday, Thursday classes? Yeah. How did we feel after Thursday? Were people tired, sore? We heard legs, a little bit of burn. Felt okay? Good. Feel okay? Good. Good. Really? Yeah. The acronym for feeling worse 2 days later is DOMS. DOMS, D-O-M-S. If somebody can tell me what DOMS stands for, we won't do a plank on this one. Very good, we won't do a plank. It's delayed onset muscle soreness. Yeah, so like sometimes you won't be sore the next day, and then 2 days later it's like, gosh, why can't I move? And yeah, and that's DOMS. All right, Mark, get set into a center squat. Terry, who cares about coordination? You've gotten smarter in here too. You remember DOMS. Makes me feel important. It makes me feel important that you remember that. Taxing your legs and your mind around here. Keep that chest up. As you're getting tired, it's easy to start falling over. Very good. Into a normal squat now. Reaching down and back. Remember, keep that chest up. Keep those shoulders nice and level. Terry found a convenient time to tie her shoe. Get a little deeper in that squat now. Got about 10 seconds left. That's what the liability waivers are for. Very good. Onto the ground. Into those leg raises. Keep those legs nice and tight. Stretch them out towards the ground. Really giving yourself a good workout here. Make that lever arm nice and long. Make sure you're still breathing though. It's easy on these abs to start relaxing and stop breathing. Very good. Toes up overhead into toe taps. Got 15 seconds left. Try and get 6 more. I'm on 5. And there's 6 and you're done. Flipping over into those mountain climbers. Remember here, we're keeping those hips nice and level. We're letting those knees work underneath us. Making sure that our hips are not rocking side to side the whole time now. Very good. Up into the shoulder taps. Yeah, I'm glad you're feeling it all over. My shoulders are feeling it right now. And you are done. Terry got us out of planks. So that's the end of it, right there. So you said some good things. You gave us a talking point that Terry could get us out of planks. Otherwise, we'd never have that option if you hadn't talked about being sore 2 days later. What can we plan that he'll ask us questions about? That's what you could do. So, on the ground, you're going to be back. And what you're going to do is you're going to either grab your knees or grab your toes and just
roll all the way back on your back, flattening your back, flattening your hips to the ground, kind of rocking side to side here. As you're here, really allow your belly to expand with air and just relax all the way through. We did a lot of kind of sustained movements today, which really forces your heart rate and your breath to play catch up in between the moves. So this allows the whole body just to relax, let everything start flowing again. Now what you're going to do, cross one leg over the other, so cross the ankle right over the knee, and then reach through, grab through your thigh and pull it towards you, or just lay on the ground and put one foot on the ground and one foot up. So just however you feel it in this figure four stretch. You should kind of feel it going down the outside of your leg, maybe into your glute. Good. Switch over to the other side. Remember, one foot can either be on the ground or you can reach through and pull towards you. Whatever is the easiest. Very good. Reaching your hands up overhead. Make yourself nice and long here. Go ahead and walk your hands and your feet to the right side, making yourself one big crescent, basically. Switch to the other side.
I don't wanna be alone tonight. It's pretty clear that I'm not over you. I'm still thinking about the things you do. So I don't wanna be alone tonight.
Very good. Now rolling up onto your side. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pull one heel towards your butt. So it's that same quad stretch that we started with, but just sideline now. Makes the balance a bit easier.
Cause I don't wanna be alone tonight, alone tonight, alone tonight.
I feel really proud of myself right now. I actually recognize the shirt today. Yeah, I feel like I have. I was telling my wife about that, and I was like, the bad part is I don't even know what I was missing. I was like, I was so far out of it. It's like the world had a joke, and I didn't understand it. Go ahead and switch to the other side. Oh, I'd have gotten that one.
I know exactly what I have to do. I don't
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I feel like the references I will get the least are like famous people, like Hollywood or musicians. Not like just not a world I'm tied into at all. Now onto your back. Last one we're gonna do, reaching through, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of straighten out that leg, bring the toes towards your head, and then you're gonna relax back down. So as you go up, bring the toes towards your head, relax back down. Toes up towards the head, relax back down.
Look what you made me do. I'm with somebody new. Ooh, baby, baby, I'm dancing with a stranger.
Good. Switch to the other side now.
What you made me do. I'm with somebody new. Ooh, baby, baby, I'm dancing with a stranger. I'm dancing, I'm dancing.
Very good. This is all we have for today. I look forward to seeing all of you on Thursday. Enjoy your nap if you're going home to take a nap. We had a 1 hour time frame. Other than that, I will see all of you on Thursday.
It's beautiful, it's bittersweet. You're like a broken home to
Thank you.
take a shot of memories and black out like an empty street. I fill my days with the way you walk and fill makeup